Children, little more advancement. One more advancement we reach here. A limited company forfeited 300 shares. Forfeited 300 shares of Mr. X, who had applied for 500 shares. Now the language changes here. Forfeited, previous question, Manoj had been allotted some 1500 shares. Here the forfeiture has been given for those 300 shares who had applied for 500 shares on account of non-payment of allotment money of 3 plus 2. So allotment is 3 plus 2. We write here allotment 3 plus 2, 2 premium. First call rupees 2. First call is 2. Only 3 per share has been received for application. Application 3. 3, 3 plus 2 and 2. Further the question says, out of these only 200 shares were reissued to Mr. Y. Only 200 shares were reissued to Mr. Y. Fraction. This question shows a little advancement where all the forfeited shares are not getting reissued. Fraction of shares are getting reissued. So little advancement with the same nag. Mr. Y, in such a way, the language becomes different here. Here they do not give you the amount of reissue, but they tell you the reissue is done in such a way that 600 are transferred to capital reserve. It doesn't matter 600 the capital reserve, otherwise the amount on reissue is given to us, we minus that and the remaining is capital reserve. Here capital reserve is given, that we find from the capital reserve we know the forfeited shares, we know the capital reserve, the missing figure is not known, this minus this will be the amount of reissue. So that does not make a difference. It is just the same. Once you get the nag of it, how to proceed with it, it does not make a difference which figure is missing. Anyway, we proceed. Share capital, shares that are getting forfeited, 300 shares are getting forfeited at the rate of 8 rupees per share that have been called up till now. 3 plus 3 and 2, 6 and 2, 8. 8 rupees per share has been called up. 2 rupee last second call has not yet been made. 300 into 8, rupees 2400. Security premium of 2 rupees per share. Security premium of 2 rupees per share on these 300 shares. So rupees 600. Share allotment, that is always the working note, we'll do it. First call, the money that has not been received on first call. First call is 2 per share, 300 shares into 2 per share, that is not received. And share forfeiture, that is the balancing figure. We'll just proceed. Now in the same way as we did the working note for that question, here also we proceed with the working note here. See, the working note, that remains the same. The only difference is the question does not require you all the entries. So we proceed in the same way. The working note first was to find out the excess application money received from X, that has been excess application money that has already been received from X. Now if he had applied for 500, suppose दिया हुआ है हमें 500 have been applied, 300 have been allotted, so excess is on these 200 shares. How much has been received on these 200 shares? He has given 3 rupee per share. Already he has paid 3 rupee per share an application on these 200 shares also. So that means he has paid rupees 600 already. This 600 has already been received. Excess application money that is received. Okay. Now working note B is to find out the amount that is due from on these shares that are getting cancelled. How much is amount that is due? The amount due on these 300 shares. 300 shares, amount due was 3 plus 2, 5. 5 rupee per share. That means 1005 rupees. 1005 is due. Yes, 600 has already been received. So money that will be not paid will be rupees 900. That means amount not received or not paid on allotment will be rupees 900. Right. After this, now the last thing that we have to calculate is for the forfeiture. here they have told one little trick that has been they have used. The amount that is transferred to capital reserve, they have told us they were reissued in such a way that capital reserve gets rupees 600. So we have to find out here what is the amount on reissue. So the forfeited, now here the amount we get on forfeited shares, on 300 shares, on the forfeited shares we get 1500. The forfeiture on these, the amount that was on forfeiture, we have collected rupees 1500 on these 300 shares. Amount on 300 shares, amount that has been collected is rupees 1500. Amount, now all the shares are not getting forfeited, the reissued amount 200 shares are getting reissued. So amount on 300 shares 1500 हो गया, तो 200 shares are getting reissued. इस पे forfeiture कितना हो गया, 1500 upon 300 into 200, ये हो गया amount. That comes to, that means 1000. This is rupees 1000. So that means this is the net amount that we have got on these 200 shares. 200 shares पे forfeiture पे 1000 rupees हमारे पास आ गया. And money that was not received on these will not be received with 600. So ये 600 हमने कम कर दिया, that will not be received now. So the loss, that is on loss on reissue, will be rupees 400. This is, we come to know, if the total loss is 400 तो per share loss कितना हो जाएगा, 400 or for rupees 200 shares that are getting reissued. So आ गया 2 rupees per share लॉस हो गया. तो रीइश्यू प्राइस कितना हो गया, 2 रुपये पर शेयर लॉस हो गया. तो 10 रुपये का शेयर है माइनस 2 रुपये का लॉस हो गया, तो रीइश्यू प्राइस आ गया हमारा 8 रुपये पर शेयर. So 8 rupee per share we calculate the price of reissue, which is missing from this question. बस एक बार ये आ गया, then the question is simple. Let us see now. This entry we had done, we have understood this entry. Once again, the share capital account. The share capital account for forfeiture of 300 shares. Forfeiture of 300 shares, 300 into 8. The security premium 300 into 2. Share allotment, that working note we have just calculated. The money not received on allotment, that is this money we have just calculated. Money not paid on allotment. Working note B, इसमें हमेशा working note B आता है. First call, the amount of you get on first call on these forfeited shares. This forfeiture की entry is only for the forfeited shares, 300 shares. 2 rupees per share on first call. ये 2 rupees per share on first call. 600. And share forfeiture, this is the balancing figure of 1500. Get it? Then the reissue entry, बस ये हमने कर ही लिया है. Bank account, we have found out 1600, that is the amount, the net amount that we have just calculated. Share forfeiture 400, ये loss on reissue भी निकाल लिया हमने 200 shares पे. और शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट टोटल, द अमाउंट ये तो हमें दिया ही हुआ है पहले ही. forfeiture to capital reserve has already been given to us. So we finish with this question also.